would last, but it was eventually going to come to an end. And I really feel like it has. And you can tell in his body language that he knows that it has came to an end because he's disappeared pretty much. He comes on, he does little stupid stuff like he's on, IG for maybe 10 minutes or YouTube for 2 minutes, and then he gets off. Like he, almost like he just wants to just check in so, people don't forget about him. But trust and believe, people are definitely forgetting about him. In order for him to stay afloat, I believe that he has no other choice but to make up with Shamar in order to be able to get back his clout again. You know what I'm saying? He needs some skates or a bike. Albert was a bum. He didn't need to be around Shamar. Yeah, he really shouldn't, but he's gonna, like I said, he sees everybody else riding the wave. So I guess he figured, he had rode the wave. It got him far, but it has dwindled down. So I guess he's figuring in order for me to get where I need to go, who knows? He might be trying to get back with Shamar because he did say he wants to move now to Texas and get himself a job. He might do both. He might end up moving to Texas and getting himself a job because he knows how he ended up after he left Shamar the last time. He didn't get a job and he didn't end up staying in Houston, Texas, and it messed him up. So I think this time around, I think that if he does go back with Shamar, of course he's going to be on the clout chase. Of course he'll be using Shamar, but he's going to do everything that he should have did or said to the public he was going to do, so he doesn't, I believe, end up in the same situation like he ended up, this time around. So only time will tell. I thought Elvo changed his number. Right. Savine, that's what I said too. I was like, wait a minute. He claims that he had changed his number and everything. Shamar couldn't call him. He had a new number and everything. So if you changed your number, how was he able to FaceTime you? This is why I wanted to go live and speak on all of this stuff. It was really on the scamming and trying to warn you guys not to fall for these IG stories of um promotionals that he's putting in his IG stories because he could be getting people's accounts hacked or money taken out of people's account because he don't know who he's dealing with online that's paying him to promote something for them, and you get money, you get robbed, you know what I'm saying? Shamar made a post on Facebook saying he is so happy today. It was, you said today? Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. I'm sitting here talking, and thank you for letting me know, Savine. I don't know how it got on mute. Now, you said there was a post. Shamar made a post on Facebook saying he is so happy today. That's good. Exactly. Alvo needs a free place to live. Yep. So, just like just was brought to my attention, which I been knew that he said he changed his number. How was Shamar able to contact you if you changed your number? So, he could just be saying that. I don't know. But it doesn't make a difference because of the simple fact that um if Shamar falls for it, and they get back together, they're just going to be back together. Now, is anything going to change? Is their relationship going to better? No. Maybe, you know, Alvo will humble himself a little bit, bite his tongue a little bit because he knows how it ended up the last time, and he ended up getting the short end of the stick. He thought that he was gonna rock. He thought he was gonna rock Shamar to sleep, but that didn't happen. Let me see something. Hold on, let me see about my volume. hold on. Okay, you guys can, yeah, you definitely can hear me now because I can see. Oh, these are old messages. I don't know why I'm reading those. All right, let me get down to here. You said if he FaceTime him, he probably use his iCloud to call. Probably. It says LOL jealous of Tommy helping Avery. Yep, and that's exactly what he was saying too when he was talking about that him and Shamar should get back together because he felt like Tommy the Gossip's doing it with Avery, so why not they link up and rub it in their face and do the same thing. But that's just all game too on Alvo's part because Alvo's just saying all of what he's saying. Has nothing to do with no Avery or Tommy the Gossip. He's trying to get back with Shamar because he's all messed up in the game. He's broke, busted, and disgusted. And even all the stuff that he was talking about on his live, talking about how he's about to move to Texas and get an apartment and a job. You need money for all of that. So first and foremost, that's why you're trying to work your set with Shamar. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, he definitely, if he was to go back in that relationship, he knows what to do and what not to do in order to keep that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Where Shamar's not ready to leave the relationship, or he's not ready to leave the relationship too soon until he gets what he needs to get out of Shamar. There's nobody, and see, I'm gonna tell you something else that's sneaky about Alvo. He knows right now there's nobody right now in Shamar's life that would be an influence or an impact on whether they get back together. Only one I can think of that might get in his head and say, "Nah, I don't get back with Alvo," would be Lashun. But we already know Shamar don't listen to nobody. So, if Alvo was to reach out to Shamar, 9 times out of 10 they will end up linking back up together. Trust and believe. Shamar is so desperate for love and attention, he would lick it off the ground. Of course, he's gonna take Alvo back. Yep, Tony. Yep, you're right. That's why I wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. But see, this ain't the first time this week. Well, last week that Alvo mentioned Shamar. And like I told you, he was trying to get cash apps from people. He said he only needed like $20 more, and he was going to take an Uber over to Shamar's house. This was just a couple of days ago. So he's been wanting to get back with Shamar. I've been told you before he even started admitting that he wanted Shamar back. I've been told you he wanted Shamar back. I've been told you. Shamar is like most females and looking for comfort in his ex because the people around him now got him hella confused who to be. Right, exactly. Who to be around and who to trust. You gotta admit Shamar was dressing better and getting on his bookings with Alvo being around. That is no, and you know what? And let me say this, giving Alvo, his flowers. Beside, everybody got flaws. I really do believe that Shamar was at his best as far as how he was looking. He had a lot of bookings going on as well. If Alvo could come back in that relationship, because like I said, it ain't up to me to criticize or decide who Shamar loves or be with. Shamar gonna be with who he wants to be with regardless. It's not up to none of us to make those decisions for him. But if he can get back with Alvo and then, they both grow from the deal, and some of the stuff that Alvo can admit, even if he doesn't admit to the public that he was doing to Shamar that was unethical, if he could stop doing that, I think that they could make, you know, an empire out of this as a couple. They could start a YouTube channel, couples YouTube channel, get bread off that channel. You know, Alvo has his ways of making it to all his bookings. We ain't gonna lie, we all like to see that. We just didn't like when they was fighting and carrying on. But we all know also that comes with the territory of being with Shamar. Shamar, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. You know? And I honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I honestly rather would like to see him with Alvo than I would anybody else, for that matter. But Alvo better be careful too, because somebody had said in the comment section, and that made a lot of sense too. He might be trying to set him up because he knows he got them warrants. You know, you don't know what is being put in Shamar's head. That might not be something that Shamar wants to do, but somebody else is putting him up to doing it. So it could have been a setup. If Shamar did call Alvo, it could be all a setup. It said, did anybody ever see a police report? No, never. Fly high, not low. Come on, let's get the likes up. Yeah, let's get them likes up. Let's get them up. But like I said, you know, if you like it, I love it. Yeah, I'm not in the business of telling people who to love, even if it ain't going back to him because he loves them. Whatever his motives are for going back, it's not my place to criticize it, because it don't matter what I say. I can talk about what I feel and how I feel till I'm blue in the face. But if them two are gonna get back together, it don't matter what I say. And it shouldn't, because whatever I want to do in my life is not going to be dictated from no Shamar or Alvo. So why should, what I'm saying or what you're saying dictate, their lives? It shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is. You know, I think that they both was better off. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that Shamar was in a better position when he was with Alvo. Alvo did have some messed up flaws with him, and so did Shamar, equally. I really think that they allow the public to mess up that relationship. Shamar be at Rainbow. Hey, player. He wasn't. It was around that time Shamar was wearing the same clothes for weeks. Beard with wig, and the producers, bookers, people would complain about Shamar hygiene, because this is starting to all feel like a skit. It does, if you look at it like that, fly so high, not low, it does. From time to time, I feel the same way. But in this situation here, with Alvo and Shamar being separate for this period, this long period of time, and Alvo's all messed up in the game, walking down the highway, pretty much broke. You know what I'm saying? Desperate. I don't look at this as a skit at all. I honestly think that Alvo is really trying to get back with Shamar. I really do, because him just speaking on wanting to be back with Shamar is not going to get his clout back up. He's going to he literally has to put that in motion in order to probably get any kind of attention again. His Nobody's even looking for Alvo at this point in the game. His viewership is non-existent right now. Shamar, do you listen to people? It says, do you listen to people once they lay that pipe down? Even K said that. Lashun is going to the wrench in the game. Rainbow sells a new. Kay was the only person who had Shamar looking truly the best. Alvo was more worried about himself looking good. Right, player. But you got to understand when I had said that, I feel as though when he was with Alvo, he also, looked at decent, because you have to see from a year and a half ago where Shamar came from. We're talking about runned over, dirty Air Force Ones, and even though, like, you're right, Kay did have him looking the best. Alvo was very into Alvo, but for somebody who's not even as old as Shamar, I feel as though he did his best trying to, as much as he possibly could, keep Shamar looking decent. Shamar gotta want that for herself too. We can't put the blame on hygiene and Shamar not looking his best. Shamar gotta want that for himself. It says it. Quran came back. Shamar would run to him in a heartbeat. Yeah, you already know that, player. Happy Monday, beef tips and rice. Had that man living under a bridge so he could put money on his books. Mm. That's crazy. Shamar just wants a man around him. How would two bottoms make it? Please, it will never. Well, you know what? You right about that, Toby. But they was doing it because they were together for what, 6 or 7 months. I was surprised that it lasted that long. And whatever the circumstances was, which I really feel like on Alvo's part, he was desperate. He stuck it out. I'm not saying for them to get back together and thinking that they're gonna be together forever. But at the rate that Alvo's going, he looked like he needs some help, honey. He ain't doing too well. So he might just have to humble himself and do what he needs to do. No, he was at his best with Kay. Shamar had bookings that Kay had already made. Right. He did everything for Quran. Right. He did everything for Quran. I think because of how it went down with him and Quran, that's what made Shamar, you know how Alvo calls Shamar cheap. That's what made Shamar kind of like heartless, where he wasn't looking out for Alvo like he was Quran. I guess he said, this is the last straw. I'm tired of me giving all my love to people and my money, and then they do me like this. So I feel like Alvo kind of sort of got the short end of the stick when it came to his turn. Kay had already said Shamar was booked for 6 months, didn't have nothing to do with Alvo. The only reason they were popular was because they were fighting. Nobody cared about them being in love. You're right, Tony. Savine, for real, because ain't no way 60K come up missing and all that stuff was said about them from them. And now they on the next topic trying to link up allegedly. Right. If Shamar takes Alvo back, he's gonna really steal. Oh yeah, no question, Toby. That's what I was saying too. If he does take him back, and in fact, if Alvo's not lying, that Shamar did reach out to him on FaceTime. Yeah, Alvo's gonna do everything. We know he was stealing. This is just in my opinion, but he definitely gonna when Alvo goes back into that relationship, if they end up linking back up, oh, he's gonna do what he should have did from the beginning. I'm telling you the mindset of Alvo. He definitely gonna rock Shamar to sleep. That's gonna be dangerous. And it's also going to be dangerous because if Shamar gets wind of it, you know, while Alvo is still in the picture, shoot, you better be careful. You better be making sure you watching Shamar's phone. Shamar will do that 911 on you quick and have you locked underneath the jail. And he know you got warrants too. You won't be getting out. You won't have to worry about going to Texas finding yourself an apartment. You'll have free room and board, 3 meals a day. Messing around with Shamar, you piss him off this time. You got that over your head. Remember, Alvo has Shamar's keys too. Yep. Savine, I know. Yep. They give Alvo credit when all him and Izzy did was ride K's wave. Mm-hmm. It says, but the difference is you're not putting your life on public display and then begging people for money to support your life. Shamar was in a better position when he was with K. Alvo brought absolutely nothing to the table. Tony is on it. Cyrus, salute. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Well, like I said, we have adult conversations over here. And we can agree to disagree because we respect each other up here on this platform. And that's what I love about y'all. But at the end of the day, if it's gonna go, it's gonna go. Whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, now if Alvo's lying about Shamar reaching out to him, then maybe we don't got too much to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, Shamar's head isn't in that direction of getting back with Alvo. But if he did FaceTime him and try to get in contact with Alvo, then that's a dangerous situation all over again. Alvo brought Shamar down. Yep. Genty, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. When I say, let me clear something up because I don't want you guys to get it interpreted. When I say I'd rather see him with Alvo if he's gonna end up running into another relationship that is not healthy, I think I would trust Alvo way before I would trust a new person, somebody like Avery, or just some new random dude. I would trust Alvo because, like I said, Alvo has done a lot to Shamar. I know this doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. But he's harmless. And I feel like nothing can honestly be done to Shamar unless Shamar allows it. If Shamar doesn't, you know, start going to these bookings and requesting for a check so he can at least read the total dollar amount of his checks and then deposit it into his bank account and not keeping his money in his house, because that's what they be wanting. That's where they take advantage of him at, is with the money. So if he stops flashing his money, leaving money around people, keeping the money where it needs to be in the bank where it's protected, and it be about the relationship, we know they're gonna fight and argue. They're both toxic people who are on the internet. Their whole life's on the internet. That's normal. There's nothing out that's not normal. Everybody argues and carries on with their mate. But I'm saying, as fathers leaving the door open for stuff like that to be stolen money, then until Shamar gets it, hey, if he goes back to Alvo, I think a lot of us could sleep a little bit better. Because what I'm saying, like I said, we did see Alvo do a lot of stuff to him, but it could have been a lot worse, is what I'm trying to say to you. If Shamar removes the money factor out of the equation, keeps it where it belongs and not flashing it, and then Alvo waits to a drunken binge to happen with Shamar, and then Shamar passes out and he's able to go take advantage of Shamar and take his money, then that's on Shamar. Alvo thinks he's slick. He wants Shamar to drop charges, but the state picked it up. Well, the state picked it up. You know what, Savine? I can do for him if the Commonwealth picked it up. Kay and Shamar out of drama. It says, wait a minute. Kay had, wait a minute. Kay had Shamar out of drama, and no promoters said Shamar ran off on bookings. And then when Alvo entered, it all went downhill from there. Yup, you're right. You are right, because when Alvo came in with his crew, I totally forgot her name, the redhead that was acting as though she was the manager. Because even Alvo at one point in time was saying that the girl, Izzy, Izzy was allegedly stealing Shamar's money, and then when Izzy from jail threatened Alvo, he started telling Shamar to stop saying it. Alvo don't even be looking decent. He be looking ashy and dusty. Oh no, you didn't. Behind the scenes with Lashun can't stand Alvo, and Lashun is awfully quiet. He's been Toby. He's been awfully quiet ever since that. I don't know if this is a insurance fraud that he's doing with the money stolen, but it's not Lashun with Shamar, or the money did get stolen. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you like this: Lashun's, ever since that popped off, he's been really quiet, too quiet. It didn't last that long. Shamar in the blogs making himself look good while running Shamar's reputation. He knows how he was doing. Shamar was looking dirty with clean clothes on. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let's get them likes up. Happy Monday to everybody. And thank you for joining the live. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. It says they could only been together for 2 to 3 months at the most. No, I think they were together longer than that, actually. Shamar needs to buy himself, get it together. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's sad how he brings up exes and what he can do around random men. I just threw up in my mouth, Queen. Says Shamar wasn't really attracted to Alvo because he was too feminine. Shamar is more masculine than Alvo. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Hey SL. Hey Latina. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna let y'all listen to. I'm quite sure a lot of y'all heard it already, but I'm gonna let you guys listen before I get off to the commentary that I had did on this fool. Hold on. All right, so let me share. All right, here we go. Yo, but before I start, make sure you smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you do so, making sure that that notification bell is on with the option all. So when I upload these videos, you are the first one to watch. Also, make sure to leave a comment on this video. So why aren't I surprised that Alvo is mentioning on today's morning live of his that Shamar reached out to him yesterday on FaceTime, and he's suggesting that they link back up, seeing as if 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and Avery have been doing their little sneaky link situation. He feels as though that him and Shamar should link back up. We've been knew that Alvo knew that was the wrong decision that he made, leaving Shamar so soon, especially him trying to get his career off the ground. You know, as he was talking about the situation of Shamar reaching out to him, he was walking the Green Mile. It's a 45-minute walk to Atlanta, Georgia, and he has no money. That's what it appears to be, to get into an Uber to get there. So he's broke, busted, and disgusted, asking people on the walk, the Green Mile walk, for $10 so he can get water. So he's not in, you know, the best of shape financially, and I know that he's thirsty and probably will take up the offer of communicating back with Shamar. Now, if Shamar did reach out to him, chances are they will eventually be back together and doing content, and sightings of Shamar and Alvo will start to emerge back on social media. So don't be shocked. Stay tuned for more.
Y'all, guess who called me? Shamar. I wasn't gonna tell y'all this because I didn't want nobody to be like, oh, Alvo Clout chase. Alvo just want Clout. But Shamar FaceTimed me yesterday, and I ain't answer because I had my nephew. So I was feeding my nephew yesterday, and then my brother said, he was like, bro, your phone ringing. I was like, pay it to me. And my brother paid my phone. By the time I tried to answer it hung up. So I'm like, who is this? It was Shamar. I swear to God, God struck me dead. I was like, okay. I'm so free, y'all think I'm playing, I'm dead. I was like, what the hell Shamar want? No, I didn't call him back. I didn't call back. I didn't call back at all. I just looked at it, and I went back to entertaining my nephew. Because I don't be gay when I'm with my nephew and my nieces and stuff. When I'm around my brothers, I'm like a normal boy. So I ain't do all that. I was like, damn, what he wanted me for? And I just went back to entertaining my nephew. I was scared to call him back. I felt like it was on some drama. I was like, man, he only probably calling me to set me up. I was like, he probably only calling me to set me up. Pisces keep connections with whoever they date. They never fully cut people off. Well, maybe I should have FaceTime him. When I get to my folks' house, when I make it to my folks' house, y'all, I'm gonna FaceTime him on my other phone and I'm gonna see what he wanted. How about that then? When I get to my folks' crib, I'm gonna just FaceTime him on my other phone. Yeah, I'm just gonna FaceTime him. Oh, he fine. We need to connect all that lame man Tommy doing with Avery. We need to get connected. All that lame man Tommy doing with Avery, we need to be connected. Y'all, can somebody send me $10 on CashApp so I can get me a water bottle? You sick, you don't look right. Your mama sick, your little son sick, your daughter sick, and just die already. I'm sick because I'm sneezing and I'm outside walking in the shit so I don't get hit by a car. You dumb. Clearly say I'm stuck. You clearly heard me say I'm walking to a tunnel. So how the sick because I'm sneezing? I'm not allowed to sneeze no more. You the only fat sneeze. You so ignorant and so retarded. That's why everything y'all wish on me, I wish on y'all children. Dumb. You clearly see me walking in the so I don't get hit by a car. Y'all just say the dumbest. Like, they be saying retarded. I had to find me a ride all the way back to Atlanta. Y'all probably be like, Alvo, you haven't been going live like that? I've been trying to get some money. Girl, Alvo been trying to get some money. Alvo finna get him an apartment. Alvo is not playing no more. Alvo is finna move out of Atlanta, and Alvo is finna get him an apartment. Sure is. That's exactly what Alvo finna do. Alvo is finna move and get him an apartment. Got us watching all these people keep talking about you, blowing me. I be trying to go live. I just ain't got no service like that. I don't care about them. I don't care about them people talking about me. They can run their mouth all they want to. They ain't got else better to do but talk about me. When I'm walking to Atlanta. I'm like 40 minutes away from Atlanta, so it's gonna take me like an hour. It's like a 40-minute walk. You should get a PO box when you move so your subscribers could get things for your apartment. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a PO box. I'm finna move. I'm moving to Texas. I was trying to find a place down here in Georgia, but I'm finna go ahead and just move to I'm finna move to Texas. Yeah, I'm about to be moving to Texas. I'm just finna get up and go move to Texas. I'm finna get me a job in Texas and everything. But I'm about to go. So, I'm about to move to Texas. How far am I walking? It's like 40 minutes away. Can somebody pay my cash out for me? Can somebody pay my cash out for me? Can somebody pay my cash? Can somebody come in my cash out so I can pay it? It's money sign Alvo Great 21. It's money sign Alvo Great 21. Can somebody please pay my cash out for me? Yeah, test is good. We'll be definitely reach 100K to lots of YouTubers out there. That's where I'm going. And then I'm gonna get me a little job. I'm gonna get me a little job and everything. Where I'm at, I'm walking on aisle 78. I'm not aisle 78, aisle 75. What y'all doing up early this morning? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Y'all up early this morning. What is y'all doing up early this morning? I'm so aggy. Like, I'm really aggy right now. I am so aggy right now. Can somebody send me some money, y'all? Somebody send me some money on Cash App. Wop, 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 wop. Man, could they flip-flop? You at a doctor's appointment? I know that right. Doctor's appointments take a long time. Y'all, guess who called me? Shamar. I wasn't gonna tell y'all this because I didn't want nobody to be like, oh, Alvo a Clout chase. Alvo just want Clout. But Shamar FaceTimed me yesterday and I ain't answer because I had my nephew. So I was feeding my nephew yesterday, and then my brother said, he was like, bro, your phone ringing. I was like, pay it to me. And my brother paid my phone. By the time I tried to answer it, it hung up. So I'm like, who is this? It was Shamar. I swear to God struck me dead. I was like, okay. I'm so free.
So I'm wondering what happened to this money that he had. Why is he on the highway walking on the breakdown lane? This dude lies a lot. It's really sad how much he lies. He needs some help. Dylan, the problem is Alvo is not attracted to Shamar at all. His type is masculine hood men. And same thing with Shamar. Shamar likes masculine hood dudes. No, Alvo is not going to change. Personally, think he wants to get back together to increase his clout and use Shamar again. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it's for, Deirdre. So he can use the clout again. And whatever he should have did in his mind the first time, Alvo's gonna complete it. I'm telling you. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got back with him and stayed with him longer than he stayed with him the first time until he completes out the mission. Because he didn't complete out the mission. He knows he didn't. And that's when he dropped the ball. And now all this clout that he had and viewership and all that is out the window. It always happens. It's crazy. The clout, fame, and broke. All the clout and no money. But I thought Alvo said Shamar needs to go get tested. So why is he want right? That part, Savine. So listen, I'm about to get off. I just wanted to update you guys. Also be very aware of some of these advertisements that Alvo is putting on his IG stories. Do not invest any money with this dude, and do not let him redirect you over to somebody who is paying him money to promote a product or service, and you end up getting robbed. Be careful. Beware of it. Love y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Love y'all. Stay blessed. And I am out. Mwah. Bye for now.